There are moves in football that feel inevitable, as though the story has been written years in advance. Trent Alexander-Arnold's departure from Liverpool and arrival at Real Madrid in 2025 appeared to fit that script perfectly. A local hero, crowned by trophies and devotion, stepping onto the grandest stage of all. Yet, just months later, that dream has begun to fracture. According to a report from Fichajes, the England international is now deeply disillusioned with life in Spain. Promises made during negotiations, expectations carefully shaped, and ambitions quietly nurtured have collided with a harsher reality. As first reported by Anfield Watch, whose coverage has tracked the arc of this story from the beginning, Alexander-Arnold is already questioning whether his future lies at the Bernabeu. When Alexander-Arnold left Liverpool, he did so with the quiet confidence of someone who believed the next chapter would enhance, not diminish, his legacy. Real Madrid, after all, remains football's ultimate theater: white shirts, European nights, and endless reinvention. He arrived for £10 million just before his contract expired, a symbolic price for a symbolic signing. He was expected to become a central figure under Xabi Alonso, a manager who understood Liverpool's culture and Alexander-Arnold's evolution. Instead, injuries intervened. Competition intensified. Dani Carvajal retained his authority, while Federico Valverde's versatility squeezed space. Opportunities arrived sporadically and rarely on favorable terms. Rather than settling into rhythm, Alexander-Arnold found himself drifting between recovery rooms and substitute benches. Performances, when they came, were scrutinized through Madrid's unforgiving lens. Every misplaced pass became a referendum. The result has been uncertainty, both tactical and emotional. At the heart of the current unrest lies a sense of broken trust. The Fichajes report states, the fullback believes the club has not fulfilled the promises made during negotiations for his transfer, especially regarding his role within the team and the prominent position he was expected to play in the sporting project. This is not merely about minutes on the pitch. It is about status. About being central rather than peripheral. About belonging. Another passage reveals the depth of the disappointment. There's a clear sense of disappointment among the player's entourage. Trent had hoped to be a role model both on and off the field, but the reality has been quite different. At Liverpool, Alexander-Arnold was institutional memory in human form. At Madrid, he has been a temporary solution. The report continues. This disconnect with the project has grown over the weeks, culminating in a discontent that is no longer being concealed. And perhaps most tellingly, he's also unwilling to prolong a period in which he doesn't feel valued. These words describe not impatience, but erosion. Alexander-Arnold's game has always been about authority. From right back, he dictated tempo, geography, and emotion. At Anfield, he was a playmaker disguised as a defender. At Real Madrid, that identity has been blurred. Without consistent selection, tactical freedom narrows. Without trust, instinct retreats. A player built on expression becomes cautious. This is not unique. Many Premier League exports have struggled beneath Madrid's fluorescent glare. Even the gifted must negotiate hierarchy before talent is trusted. Yet for Alexander-Arnold, whose footballing education was rooted in loyalty and continuity, the adjustment has been particularly stark. He is no longer writing the narrative. He is reacting to it. Speculation has already begun to gather momentum. Manchester City and Newcastle are reportedly monitoring developments. A return to the Premier League, once unthinkable so soon, now feels plausible. Liverpool, meanwhile, continue without him under Arne Slot, reshaping identity and structure. Jeremy Frimpong and Connor Bradley have offered energy, but neither replicates Alexander-Arnold's creative gravity. For Madrid, the dilemma is strategic. Do they persist, rebuild confidence, and adapt the system? Or do they accept that not every Galactico story ends in triumph? For Alexander-Arnold, the question is existential. Does he fight for space in football's most competitive environment? Or seek renewal elsewhere? History suggests that great players rarely accept invisibility. This is not resignation, it is recalibration. As Anfield Watch originally reported, the move that once felt inevitable is now uncertain. And in that uncertainty lies the most revealing chapter of Alexander-Arnold's career. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more Madrid latest news.